OK, let's have a look at Group E, which is Ukraine, Slovakia, Belgium and Romania. Romania-Ukraine is the opening game, June the 17th at 2 o'clock, which is a week today. Belgium, golden generation, time running out, discuss.
I've never been totally sold on the golden generation thing with Belgium because I think you could never have said there is the best team in Europe or there is the best team in the world. They've had some exceptional players. They still do. Romelu Lukaku was the top scorer in qualifying. Kevin De Bruyne is Kevin De Bruyne. So, if he stays fit, he can dictate games, no doubt about that. I think there are worries defensively. And Thibaut Courtois won't be there because he had a falling out with the coach Domenico Tedesco about a captaincy issue. He wanted to be captain for a specific game, wasn't given that. There was a big falling out about that. Also, of course, he came back for the Champions League final, was brilliant for Real Madrid against Borussia Dortmund, but has missed almost the whole season with an ACL injury. So I think Belgium can still do something, especially in this group. But again, I wouldn't say they're one of the favourites here by any stretch.
How do you rate Ukraine, Andy?
Quite highly. I mean, I think if you look at it on a human level, that they came within a whisker of qualifying for the 2022 World Cup and have now qualified for this. And they did it the hard way as well. They nearly knocked Italy into the playoffs, but had to go through the playoffs themselves in the end. That they've done that whilst being under a full-scale invasion by Russia is extraordinary.
They'll have lots of people supporting them in the way that Denmark, because of the Ericsson incident, had supporting them last time.
But I think when you try and work out how they've done it, they've got that stability from the very top now, with Andrei Shevchenko being the president of the FA, with Sergei Reborov, his old strike partner, coming in as coach. But just look at the players. It's a really, really, really good generation of Ukrainian players. Mikhailo Mudrik's best mate, Georgi Sudakov, who's been brilliant in the Champions League for Shakhtar this year. He's one to watch. Artem Dovbyk, the top scorer in La Liga. He's got his sidekick from Girona, Viktor Sigankov, with him. There's quality throughout this team. And those old faithfuls that we think of, so Yarmolenko, Ruslan Malinovsky, they can't even get in the 11 anymore.
So the way you've been talking, I'm looking at Slovakia against Romania as a battle for third place on the final day.
Yeah, it could be. I think Romania are interesting because they didn't necessarily expect to qualify, they topped their qualifying group, so they did well, but they had some games where there weren't complete performances, let's say. And the big question mark over Romania is things like Radu Dragushin's been warming Tottenham's bench, hasn't played enough, but is a key player for them in defence. Yanis Hadji started to play a bit more for Alaves towards the end of the season on loan from Rangers.
Are they super fresh or are they undercooked?
Well, this is the thing that runs throughout the tournament. Players who haven't been necessarily playing regularly for their clubs, are they fresh or are they rusty? And we'll see that as the tournament goes on. And I just wonder with Romania, are they a bit too reliant on Nicolae Stanciu, who is a great player on his day, isn't playing at a particularly high level at club level. So that's a concern. Slovakia, I think it's good for them that Martin Dubravka, the Newcastle goalkeeper, has had a lot of game time this season. Wouldn't necessarily have expected it, but he got it. They've got a lot of experience in midfield, guys like Juraj Kucka, Andre Duda. So they've got that solid base. I thought they looked quite sharp against Wales the other night. I thought Bojanek in attack, some good movement from him. They're going to need that because the big question for them, and Romania really, where are the goals coming from?